All right, so Draymond probably wants to get paid, right? It's no surprise if you look at the numbers. Since his rookie year in 2012-13, Draymond's made $156 million. I know, but that's $139 million less than Steph Curry, $65 million less than Klay Thompson. Over that same span, and certainly he's been integral to their championship dynasty. As we bring in our NBA analyst, Tim Legler, who's always integral to what we do here as well. We just saw that Draymond has agreed to a lot of team-friendly deals before in the past, and that's helped lead to some of that disparity. So how do you see the Warriors approaching this, knowing he wants to stay there, but that he's also 33 years old, Legs?
Yeah, so Elle, listen, contracts happen a couple of different ways. One way that you're going to get a big contract is because of future expectation, right? You've already done a lot of great things, but you still have a lot of years left at a high level of production, so you get a certain numbers. Well, that's not the case here. This is going to be more of a situation where you reward a guy who's been integral to your success. You know that you need him. He's very important to what you do, and you're probably going to have to overpay him because of his career with your team and your franchise and what he has accomplished there. And that's what a lot of teams that win championships find themselves in, this same exact position. There are guys that were there for a while that now you have to pay. It's almost a career achievement award that you give a guy, more so than what you expect him to be in the future, because I don't think anybody can expect Draymond Green to be the guy that he was at his best when the Warriors were winning championships. He's a different version of that player, but he's still very important. At the end of the day, they will get him signed. I don't think either party wants to move on. So he will get a deal, and it probably will be more money than he's actually worth in terms of production based on what he's done for the franchise.
Yeah, listen, he also has a big load, right? Green ranks in the top 10 in total minutes played since the 2014-15 season, so he may be getting older, but he's still being productive and staying on the court. When it comes to the rest of the roster, though, we heard Mike Dunleavy also say he doesn't think that there are many other decisions to make, but rather things to consider. So what's imperative that Golden State should be considering?
Well, a few things. I think the first thing you have to figure out as a franchise is, are you ready to move forward with Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody as guys that not only you feel like you can develop, but guys that you can actually trust when you get to the postseason? Because I know that they're both still really young, but I think both players are at that point where you're going to start to see frustration set in if they're not a more integral part of what the Warriors are doing, and not just in the regular season, but in the postseason when it matters most. Because I agree with Mike Dunleavy Jr. This is a team that can still win a championship as long as Steph Curry is completely healthy. You've got to make a decision on these younger players, and if you're going to move on, go get some young athletic wings that can defend, because I think they were small and slow last year. The other thing I think they need to consider is moving Jordan Poole. I think there were a lot of things that went on with this situation, not just the incident with Draymond Green. I think the way he conducted himself throughout the regular season, the amount of money that he's making, at times the way that he played a little bit loose with the basketball, his shot selection, did he really fit in terms of his personality type with those guys? So I think that's something you have to consider, because he's a young player that provides a lot of scoring punch. There are a lot of teams in this league that will pay a nice price for something like what Jordan Poole does. I'm just not sure the chemistry is right there for him to continue to flourish. That's something they're going to look long and hard at, I believe, over the summer.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.